Welcome to another EmpowerFit workout. I'm Clinton, and today we have got a leg extravaganza. We're going to be going for 12 minutes. We're going to be doing 6 different exercises. We're working through each of those exercises twice, 45-second block with a 15-second recovery. All you will need is a set of dumbbells and you'll be good to go. So grab your dumbbell, grab your drink bottle, and we'll rip roar into it. Right, so we're going to kick things off with some front squats. Right, so with the front squats, what I need you doing is holding the dumbbells up at the shoulders, keeping them up nice and tall, and we are just going for our squats. Now, as you squat, our hips go back and down, keeping those shins vertical. Now, for those of us with somewhat suspect knees, box squats are my go-to. But listen, you may find, hey, I don't need to work to a box. That's completely okay. It's individual. If you can go without the box and feel like you're achieving good control, good mechanics, your knees are lining up with your toes, you're keeping your weight on your heels, that's fine. And relax down. Right, our next exercise is the Sumo Deadlift. So we're going to have a nice wide stance. Dumbbells in between the feet. Alright, with these, need to emphasize it's a hip hinge exercise. So hips bend, and the knees don't do a lot of bending on these ones. I need you to squeeze through the butt. It's all through the glutes. Make sure that your thighs are pointing in the direction of your toes. But the goal is just to keep it smooth. Keep it moving. We're going for the full 45 seconds. And relax down. Right, the next exercise we have is a thing called the wall squat or the wall sit. So you want to find a wall, something you can lean up onto, put your body weight into, and from here, we're just working isometrically. So I want you to get your thighs parallel with the ground, push your hips, your shoulders, your head, all back in touch with the wall. And from there, just hold. All right, there's no secret sauce to this one. It's not that comfortable. You should be feeling it in the thighs, possibly in the butt, in the hamstrings, but you're just going to be holding. Just try and hold. We've got 15 seconds to go. Again, it's not a joyful one, but you'd be amazed, even the power of holding. The key to this one is it's about time under tension. We're just trying to accumulate and get 45 seconds under tension. And relax down. All right, so from here, we're getting into our glute bridge. Now we're gonna do this as a single leg glute bridge. So laying down on your back, and from here, one leg out, hip up and down. Now the key theme to this one, as you're going, what I want you thinking about is as you're driving the hip up, make sure you're not hyperextending and arching the back. You want to continue to tuck your tail down in between the legs. All right, so it's just that single leg work. Keep driving up. That other leg, he's just propping there. And lo and behold, if single leg is too hard, go with 2 legs. If it's too easy, single leg is too easy, you can actually hold a dumbbell or a weighted object on your hips. All right, we're gonna come back to the single leg shortly, but for the time being, we're gonna go into alternating sprint lunge. All right, so it's a sprint lunge. It's a little bit like a squat. It's a little bit like a deadlift. It's a bit of a hybrid movement. Hip hinge and quad loading. It's a really good opportunity. Again, I just find for those of us nursing bad knee joints, it's a really good way to do some single leg work. So just keep alternating. Make sure you're stepping back with these ones. Try and keep the shin as vertical as possible. and drive through the heel of your front foot. Push that knee back as you're standing up. Drive the hips forward. Oh. All right, now we're into glute bridges. This time the other side. So it's a real smash and bash type session. There's not a lot of recovery. So get that knee in, other leg out, and up we go. So as you go through this one, don't spend a long time resting on the ground. It's really just a tap and go type scenario. Delicate little tap, straight back up. What you'll often find is you'll start sliding up. If that's the case, just readjust. Bring your, you'll find as well, the further out you have the heel, the more you'll feel the tendency to slide up. The more you can get the heel underneath, in essence, the less, I guess the tendency is to push forward. But that'll all just be dependent on how much knee range you have. And that is one round complete. All right, so we're halfway there. We're gonna go back through that all again. So back to our front squats. Again, go as fast or as heavy as you can maintain ideal mechanics, ideal technique. But the objective is we want to be working for the full 45 seconds. Try and keep it moving. Doesn't have to be fast, but you want to be precise, mechanically on point. Oh, we got 20 seconds to go. We're down to 15. That's it, just keep loading through the heels. Keep your torso upright. 5 seconds. All right, Sumo Deadlifts. Going back to our hip hinge. Ooh. All right, so all lower body. Like I say, 12 minutes. It's amazing what you can do in 12 short minutes. Again, hips go back, then the knees bend. Only once the dumbbells have passed the knees. Cannot emphasize this enough. It's a hip hinge exercise. All right, we have about 7 seconds. We're on the home straight. Oh. And back to our wall squat or our wall sit. Make your way down, get into that position, thighs parallel to the floor. So ideally, your shins are going to be straight up and down, your thighs are going to be level with the floor. Try and avoid the tendency to push the hands on the thighs. Let's go with a hands-free model. You can relax them down by the side, you can relax them on the hips. We just don't want to hold them out and take the load for us or deload the upper body. All right, we're already 25 seconds down. 15 seconds to go now. So just hold steady. Now, if you do have a suspect leg, for me, it's this side, I'm really concentrating on squeezing the musculature of the thigh here, your VMO, your vastus medialis. I'm making sure I'm working that one. And up we come. Alrighty, back to our glute bridge. Make your way back down. Again. Now, what I want you doing is you can play around with different foot positions. Typically, a rule of thumb is the further out the foot goes, the harder it is. Now, depending on your knee range of motion, you may not have a lot of choice. You'll get it in as close as you can with your pain-free range of motion, and that's fine. But just keep it alive, keep it moving, We only have 13 seconds to go. Try and keep those hips square. If you need to go off 2 feet, go off 2 feet, that's fine. If you want to scale up, you can always put that dumbbell on the hip. All right, we're back to our alternating sprinter's lunge. All right, so alternating sprinting lunge. Make sure you're stepping back. And away we go. Vertical shin. Bend that front knee as much as your pain-free range of motion will allow. And otherwise, we're just moving. Keep it alive. Right, we've got about 10 seconds. And, all right, last one, and we are done. All right, so back to our glute bridge. Other leg. Again, find that range of motion and plug away. Push those hips up as high as you can without arching at the back. Also, as you're doing this one, I want you to think about the line of your thigh. Make sure it's not coming in. Make sure it's pointing in the direction of your toes, where your toes are facing. Super important. There's not a movement out there in which you're driving your feet into the ground and that thigh shouldn't be pointing where your toes are pointing. It's a fundamental principle. Again, we'll just keep moving along. We're nearly there. And all right, there we have it. 12 minutes and a good old leg hit out. As always, hit your cool down. We've got some great cool downs. I'll link one here now. So follow that through. Great foam rolling one, but we're done for the day. I'll catch you again later in the week.